It's a sparkling November morning and I'm at Malibu Lagoon State Park. I haven't been here since that controversial restoration of the lagoon behind me. As you may recall, a couple of years ago, environmentalists pushed for the restoration and renovation of this lagoon. They said the water was kind of funky, polluted, and didn't adequately drain into the Pacific Ocean there behind me. So this is my first time to check this lagoon out since the renovation has been complete. A good place to become more familiar with the birds of the lagoon is at this sign, which is posted on the south side of the lagoon. It describes some of the shorebirds that you can see here. There's over 75 species of shorebirds that make home at some time of the year here in the lagoon. So looking at the lagoon, right now it's a low tide, but on the far side of the lagoon I can see lots of egrets. On the water, I'm looking at a little flock of gulls, and over in the horizon on a log, perched on a log in the distance, there's cormorants. So even somebody relatively untrained like myself, and even without binoculars, there's a lot of bird life that you can see at the lagoon. This is a sign here that describes the efforts that are underway to restore the native landscapes around the lagoon. Lots of coastal plants, including a giant coreopsis. Right now, if you look at the landscapes, you see more flags than you do plants, but give it a year or two, and I'm sure it'll look fabulous. So again, looking at the landscapes around the lagoon, you can see the Santa Monica Mountains there behind me. Over in this direction, that's the campus on that hillside of Pepperdine University. And then looking over at this direction, these are houses that are part of the famous Malibu colony. So there's a lot to see here. And of course, one of the thrills about a visit to the lagoon here in Malibu is not only can you enjoy the bird life, the scenery, you can enjoy the beach. So the path that I'm walking on obviously ends at the beach here. Again, the colony's to one side, the beach is on the other. It's called Surfrider Beach, so it's a prime destination for surfers. But it's also a great place for people that want to just kind of beach comb, look at the tide pools, stand-up paddling, you name it. This is the place to enjoy the beach. Now, this is exciting for me. I'm actually seeing that the lagoon has breached, which means the water from the lagoon has moved beyond the constraints of the lagoon and is flowing now into the Pacific Ocean. There behind me I can see some people doing a little bit of restoration work. Apparently there's too steep of a grade, it's creating a little cliff, and the water's eating away at the newly planted vegetation, so they're trying to minimize the grade. But you can see the water's flowing, it's flowing quite furiously, and from here it heads out into the beautiful Pacific. My lucky weekend. As I mentioned, you can walk all the way out to the beach at the Malibu Lagoon. It's low tide, so the tide pools here are actually exposed. So check out the bounty here. We have barnacles, lots of barnacles on these rocks. These are anemones. I can actually touch an anemone. They don't sting, that's a myth, they don't sting. And look at this. I don't want to pick it up and hurt it, but that's a beautiful sea star. Don't call it a starfish, it's a sea star right here. So a lot to see in the tide pools. Well, this is the famous Malibu colony. So you see the houses here behind me that are right on the beach. This is really a slice of the lifestyle of the rich and famous. Now, you're allowed to walk on the beach during low tide, so you see that fence behind me? You can ignore it. As long as the tide is low, you'll have access to this public beach. And check the beach out. Look at it. It's beautiful. This stretch of sand goes all the way up to Point Dume there in the horizon. And again, the houses of the, Hollywood A-list celebrities. But the spectacular thing to me, of course, is the beach and the ocean.